Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of this beautiful blanket. So I left you last week with just finishing off the rows of this kind of pattern repeat of the jasmine stitch. So now you should have a gorgeous foundation of your blanket of 15 blocks of colour in whichever colours that you decided to do. So today we're going to finish off the blanket by doing a border, which is super simple just to finish off, and then you will have your completed baby blanket. So a few things that you should kind of have that are in common to me. You should have finished your row. I finished with my grey round as well as beginning with my grey round, and you should have your other colour, which for me is a yellow, still attached on kind of at the side here. Okay, so to begin, you're going to begin in the exact same way. You're going to bring up your yellow yarn like you would do, or whatever colour you have left, like you would do normally, and chain one and just turn your work. Now for the beginning is you're just going to work one row of this colour, so you're just going to work it in the exact same way as you've done for the previous rounds, beginning with your normal puff stitch and working your way along, just doing one simple row of jasmine stitches. So pause the video, work that, and I will meet you back when you've finished. Okay, so as you can see, I've just got the end of my row, and now we're ready to begin down this side of our blanket. So this is just after you finish your row, you should have the other side, which is where the stripes go kind of the opposite way. So the first thing we need to do is turn our corner, which is super simple. Because we obviously have these little gaps from where we've worked, working along the sides is a little bit simpler than usual. So all we're going to do is work a jasmine stitch in kind of the exact same way. So we're going to work into the top of the stitch we've just worked, and we're going to work into this corner stitch. So you should have just finished your jasmine stitch with a puff stitch in this same stitch, but now we're going to work into that stitch as well. So it's just on the side here, the one you've just worked into. You're going to work your second set of puff stitches, and then your third set for your jasmine stitch is going to be worked into that exact same stitch again. So work that, and then finish off your jasmine stitch in the exact same way. So this one will look slightly different, but don't worry about it. It will blend in as you work along. So now you're going to work your jasmine stitches in the exact same way. Working into the stitch you just worked, working into the one below, which is again that corner stitch, so that one's going to get nice and full, but it gets nice and full so that we can turn the corner nice and easily. And then we're going to find the next gap along, which for me is very obvious, and it's over here. So I'm just going to work into that one there and then finish off my jasmine stitch. Like so. And once you've worked that stitch, you can see that you've turned the corner nicely and it all blends into one. So now we can continue working along this side of the blanket in the exact same way. So you should be able to find where you're working into nice and easily. It's just the gaps that you can see along your row. Don't be too confused if you can't find one or you miss one. You will be able to feel along your row and make sure that that's the right hole that you're working into. So now I've finished this corner, I'm just going to leave you to work the rest of that row, working into all of the gaps along that you can clearly see and clearly feel. So go ahead and work that, and I'll meet you back when you get to the next corner. Okay then, so I've just come to the end of that row. I've just got a few more stitches, so I'm just going to finish off my row here, like so. So working into that one down there, and then working into this chain space which we began with. So there we have our jasmine stitch of the round, And then all we're going to do is do the exact same thing that we did on the other corner. So we're going to start with obviously the stitch we worked into, like so, and then we're going to work into the corner space, and then we're again going to work into the corner space. So you kind of double up on that one, and then pull through all of those stitches and finish off your jasmine stitch, like so. And then you can begin working along this row. So work into the stitch as normal, work into that chain space, again the one that's nice and full, and then work into the next space along, which is this one here. Again, you can see the spaces that you're going to work into nice and clearly because they've already been worked into, so it should be okay to work along the border with. Pull through all of those loops and finish off, and there you've got your other corner. So I'm actually going to leave you now to kind of finish off your border, and I'll meet you back at the very end, making sure that you work into the loops along this row, and then you work your corner in the exact same way for your third corner, and then work all the way up for that side, and then I'll meet you back when you've finished that. So pause the video here, finish working your border, and I will meet you back when you finish that. Okay then everybody, so you should now have your border completed with the nice round edges of that colour, and that's it really. You can do another round if you prefer, but for me just a single round is plenty. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you enjoyed last week's as well, and I hope you were able to create a beautiful baby blanket that is perfect for the winter upcoming months. Leave me a like if you did enjoy this video, comment down below any questions that you may have, and subscribe so you never miss another video, another crochet tutorial, knitting videos, tips and tricks, and you can join this wonderful crochet community. And if you do get the chance, please follow me on Instagram. I post more regularly on there as well, and there'll be a link in the description box down below. So thank you all, and I will see you very, very soon with another video. Bye!